You're welcome back to the program, and we're streaming live on YouTube, ABC News GH. Do well to follow us and get interactive as well. Let's begin with some stories on education. And the government, through the Ministry of Education, has inaugurated over 80 educational projects across all 16 regions of the country. The initiative seeks to enhance access to quality education by providing modern facilities tailored to meet the diverse needs of Ghanaian students. Speaking at the commissioning, the Minister for Education, Dr. Yawase Educhum, emphasized that this project reflects the government's commitment to improving the quality of education and ensuring that every Ghanaian child has access to conducive learning environment. The project spans a range of educational needs from basic school to senior high schools and technical institutions. They include STEM-focused schools, e-blocks and kindergarten facilities aimed at supporting early childhood education. Notable among the projects are the Penkispi Model STEM SHS in the West Mamprusi district, the Accra STEM Academy in La Nkwantenan, Medina, and the Awaso Model STEM SHS in Bibiani and Yaso Bekwai basic education facilities, such as a 12-unit classroom block at Salem, DA Basic in Achimwamponya, and 2-unit kindergarten blocks in communities like Pharmacy, DA Primary in Ascent South are part of the initiative. And still on education, the Education Minister, Dr. Yawase Educhum, has praised the significant advancement in Ghana's education sector under the new Patriotic Party government. Speaking at the inauguration of 80 educational facilities nationwide, Dr. Educhum highlighted the transformative initiative introduced since the NPP assumed office in 2017. He emphasized the government's dedication to modernizing education infrastructure and promoting academic excellence. The minister described the improvements in infrastructure as a concern of the NPP's vision for national development, noting that these efforts are for creating equitable and effective learning.
That we at this since 1957, after independence, we did some good things, but you also realize that some countries did some things differently and they've gotten different outcomes. I always cite South Korea and other countries that decided that in the 1970s they will improve STEM education, introduce STEM education in high schools. And they did. Now we are doing STEM in Ghana 50 years behind South Korea. But the good news is that we have begun. So when we say transformation, we are not tinkering at the edges, doing some small things. In no, we are talking about major things. So you don't go to St. Barnabas and just fix the roof. Change everything totally. And when you change, you also have to change the way the children are orientated in terms of how they think and how they behave and how they think they can change their community. So if you look at St. Barnabas, they are going to be doing field trips. We're taking the students to go and see Presec, see Labone, see University of Ghana. We want them to come back to us and say, yeah, there's a world out there that we can be part of. We are building their library, making sure they have computers. Everything that needs to be in the school is there. And by the way, they are getting a counselor who can counsel them and guide them, and who can bring in parents for the parents to see that there's a new dawn, a new day for them. Recently, I got a visit from Sempe Basic School. I asked the teachers and we arranged for them to take them to Kimpiski. Why? I wanted them to see there's a place called Kimpiski. And that the cost.
Let's just stay on matters of education. In the commissioning of the 80 schools, Dr. Educhum noted represent a critical milestone in the journey to revamp Ghana's education system, and also a confirmation that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is the education president in the history of this country.
I mean, how did the president feel?
I think he was very excited. I call him the education president. He's giving me everything I need to execute education at the Ministry of Education. So obviously, he'll be excited. Because we've come a long way from when he first visited one of my schools in Los Angeles, and he asked me a very simple question. After seeing what I have done in California, he asked me, would you consider coming back to Ghana to help me change the education system? The response to that question is what has brought me here today. I consider...
Still on education, but this time on maintenance, he stressed that no country has the culture of maintaining. However, there should be the conscious efforts to set aside a maintenance budget, adding that the ministry has recruited 50 facility managers who are to report to the various schools' heads.
People say that we don't have maintenance culture. I'll tell you this. There's no country has maintenance culture. But they have maintenance budgets and they have maintenance staff. And that is how maintenance is done. So as I speak with you, we have recruited about 50 facility managers. We've started posting them to our high schools. These are land economists, estate management graduates, building technologists. They are going to be in charge of maintenance in our high schools, and we are going to be adding more. Every high school must have a plant manager / facility manager in charge of maintenance. They will report directly to the headmaster or headmistress of the school. Our GET fund is also going to make maintenance allocation so that the buildings that they build can be well maintained. So at the end of the day, we have to be mindful of the fact that if we don't maintain these buildings, it will go into dilapidation again.
Okay.
And people say that we don't have maintenance culture. I'll tell you this. There's no country has maintenance culture. But they have maintenance budgets and they have maintenance staff. And that is how maintenance is done. So as I speak with you, we have recruited about 50 facility managers. We've started posting them to our high schools. These are land economists, estate management graduates, building technologists. They are going to be in charge of maintenance in our high schools, and we are going to be adding more. Every high school must have a plant manager / facility manager in charge of maintenance. They will report directly to the headmaster or headmistress of the school. Our GET fund is also going to make maintenance allocation so that the buildings that they build can be well maintained. So at the end of the day, we have to be mindful of the fact that if we don't maintain these buildings, it will go into dilapidation again.
Let's still stay on education, this time moving straight to English a month from, where a Geo Anointing Construction Limited has once again locked the Galilea MA Basic School in the Gas South municipality due to the Gas South Assembly's failure to settle an outstanding debt for a 6-unit classroom block the company constructed. The first closure occurred in October following delays in payment. At the time, the Ghana Education Trust Fund assured the contractor that the funds would be released within 2 weeks. However, no payment has been made so far, and we will be trying so hard to establish contact to understand it better reasons for this closure. As and when we do establish better contact, we will bring you details on that as well. Away from education, barely 16 days to the election. ABC remains your election poll center. We're back with some election news Tuesday. We are your poll center and we advocate for vote and not violence. As you go to the ballot to cast your ballot, you only have one mandate, and that is to vote and not indulge in violence. Let's do some election news. Now, as part of activities by the Ghana Police Service to maintain peace and order in the upcoming election, it has invited political parties, representatives to discuss the roadmap to maintaining law and order. My colleague Derek Kisiedu is live at the event and will be bringing us live update from there. We all know that yesterday the Inspector General of Police, Dr. Kufu Dampari, engaged the press and actually gave them briefings on what to expect at the coming elections. He made mention that security will be secured and any perpetrator of election will actually be reprimanded. We're trying so hard to establish contact with my colleague Derek Kisiedu. We seem to be having some technical issues here, but we'll resolve that and we'll bring you that story as well. Let's do some more news. And still on the IGP, the Inspector General of the Ghana Police Service, Dr. Kufu Dampari, has disclosed that the police task force will set up a media briefing center during the 2024 general election. In a meeting held between the Police Management Board yesterday, November 20, 2024, and senior management and editors of various media houses, Dr. George Kufu Dampari pleaded with the media to work with the police service in order to ensure that misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation will have no role in the upcoming general election. Derek Kisiedu files this report.
Of the Ghana Police Service, Dr. George Kufu Dampari, and Police Management Board held a brief yesterday, November 20, 2024, with the senior management and editors of various media houses to plan on the security arrangement for the media ahead of the 20. Speaking at the brief, Dr. George Kufu Dampari stated that the media is one powerful source in Ghana's democratic dispensation. He says concerns become negative when there is misinformation. He pleaded with the media to work with the Ghana Police Service in order to ensure that misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation will have no role in the upcoming general elections. Due to this, the Ghana Police Service will set up a National Election Security Task Force Briefing Center where reporters and the police will be placed in one tent to work in fact-checking information to avoid misinforming the general public.
You are once again welcome. But I have one plea. And the plea is that you are such a powerful force in our democratic dispensation. One thing that is of concern to all of us is information. And the concern becomes very negative when it is misinformation and disinformation. We should make sure that we work together so that during this elections period, misinformation, more information, and disinformation will have no role in this. It is for that reason that we are setting up National Election Security Task Force Press Briefing Center, a tent air-conditioned with a capacity to take on the average of 100 reporters. You can come, we'll serve you with coffee, we'll serve you with tea, and of course biscuit. And relax, and you can be with us 24/7. And we'll be sharing the information with the speed of light. Something has happened, it has come to our attention, we are dealing with it. We'll come and give you more details. And if you have more details to give us, you bring it to our attention, we cross-check, then we put it out there. And instantly, every now and then, there will be somebody there to speak. And we are doing that in a manner that has also not been done before. The people who will be speaking on these matters will be speaking in 7 languages.
Dr. George Kufu Dampari further cautioned people who make statements to intimidate others during election to be careful as its outfit will act with full force of the law.
Also to the people who think that they can probably come out making statements to intimidate and do all that. We want to tell them that life will become very uncomfortable for them. So they shouldn't even try it. Because at the end of the day, when you do anything and de-escalation fails, you do anything and engagement fails, when we come and will come with the full force of the law in a manner that dignifies us as a people, please don't complain. And it is here that we want to seek your support as we do that in a way that the people will know that at the end of the day, if the police also get it right, they have people to speak for them.
Derek Kumikisiedu reporting.
Well, Derek Kumikisiedu joins me live on phone and will be giving me update or giving us update on this. Derek, you were there yesterday and the IGP engaged the media. Today is about political parties. Walk us through some of the vocal points for the meeting at the headquarters this afternoon.
All right. So, Eric, currently I'm at the Ghana Police Service headquarters, where the Inspector General of the Ghana Police Service, Dr. Ekufu Dampare, with all election security task force heads, which includes the Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana Prison Service, the GRA Customs Division, and the Ghana National Fire Service. They are having a brief to the representatives of all political parties on police preparation towards the 2024 general election. The briefing is still ongoing, but behind cameras. So the media has been excused for this session. So we all know that, or we are all aware that on the candidates, like the candidates on the ballot papers, we are supposed to be 13. But according to the Inspector General of Police, he called the EC this morning and he was meeting the representatives of various political parties. But the EC is saying that on December 7th, there is going to be only 12 candidates on the ballot paper. So all political parties were present, like representatives of all political parties were present, but excluding Ghana Freedom Party. We didn't have them here. We didn't have any representative of them here. And also with the opening address, Director General of Operations, COP, Mr. Mohammed Husseini Siraj, gave us the opening address. All political parties representatives were given the platform to share their expectation of today's meeting.
Derek, can you hear me?
Yes.
So after the engagement, what has been the response from the parties?
All right. So the parties were given opportunities, platforms to tell us what their expectations are about this afternoon. And according to some political parties, they were like, during elections, motorbikes have been part of people taking taking ballot papers and ballot boxes away. So they are asking if the police service is going to do something with the motorbikes during election. So they were asking if motorbikes won't be people won't be allowed to use motorbikes during the December 7th election.
Kumi, we are so much grateful. We know that you were there and you'll be bringing us more updates on that. Unfortunately, we'd have to end the conversation here, but we know that there's more on this particular issue and we'll also give our viewers on that. But let's still maintain with the IGP as Dr. Ekufu Dampare has also reassured the media of the Ghana Police Service's unwavering commitment to ensuring their safety in the upcoming election. Speaking at a recent engagement with members of the press, the IGP stated that this election will be peaceful.
The Ghana Police Service as the lead agency and extension the Inspector General of Police as the chairperson of the task force. We want to assure you the elections will be very peaceful because of the measures we put in place. So Ghana, feel free, Ghanaians, feel free and live your life now. We have your back. Why am I saying this? This election has been touted as one of the most crucial elections in our history, and rightly so. But knowing from what we have done in terms of our preparation, the assurance is clear. Taking us more than 2 years preparing for these elections, because we have considered election to be a process and not an event. And these 2 years has led us to produce the first ever election blueprint for this country, covering every aspect of election. The Ghana Police Service as the lead agency, and extension the Federal Police as the chairperson of the task force. We want to assure you the elections will be very peaceful because of the measures we put in place. So Ghana, feel free, Ghanaians, feel free and live your life now. We have your back. Why am I saying this? This election has been touted as one of the most crucial elections in our history, and rightly so. But knowing from what we have done in terms of our preparation, the assurance is clear. Taking us more than 2 years preparing for these elections, because we have considered election to be a process and not an event. And these 2 years has led us to produce the first ever election blueprint for this country, covering every aspect of election. The Ghana Police Service as the lead agency, and extension the Federal Police as the chairperson of the task force. We want to assure you the elections will be very peaceful because of the measures we put in place. So Ghana, feel free, Ghanaians, feel free and live your life now. We
Let's still maintain focus at the headquarters where the political parties are currently. They have been speaking. Let's listen to some of the bites by the political parties involved.
IGP, heads of various security.
Again, to all of us, and on the established protocols. My name is Frank Osu-Frimpong, the leader of delegation for Ghana Union Movement. With me is my Deputy General Secretary, who is on her way coming. She will join us shortly. I have something very short to say. Looking around, we see different people, different class of people. You see the men in uniform. You see our friends from the media. You see the political representation. And we can easily be identified. But deep inside us are Ghanaians. Once the uniform is off, you are just like me. Once this political accolade is off, I'm just like you. So I have this simple message that we should never think that Ghana has friends. Those around us, even in the diaspora, we might think they are friends of ours. They are only waiting for the unexpected to happen. Today you think Togo may like you, Burkina Faso may like you, Nigeria may like you. And if you are not able to maintain your peace, then you let it go. just for the sake of the power you want, just to be mentioned as the one who won the election.
IGP, heads of various security agencies, leaders of political parties, security officers, media, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Citizen Atudazi, the General Secretary of GCPP, and I'm here with our second Vice Chair, Madam Cynthia Tha, and our national organizer, Mr. George Amwa. For us as a party, we bring greetings from Dr. Daniel Augustus Latte Jr., who is our flag bearer, and we welcome this meeting because it is important that we safeguard our peace and our unity. But I'll use this opportunity because I'm not sure I might get the opportunity again to share some few concerns, and I hope that this meeting will address these concerns. Mr. IGP, in 2021, the Electoral Commission held a review meeting at Alisa Hotel, looking at the 2020 elections. And during the review meeting, someone asked the EC what they are doing about those who lost their lives. And the EC rightly said that they are not in charge of security. It's the duty of the security agencies to do so. So then it means that the security agencies are not just responsible for security, but to ensure that any action that will cause mayhem at polling stations are avoided. And therefore, I propose.
I stand on existing protocols. My name is Omane Buama, representing the NDC. With me are my senior colleagues, Lieutenant Colonel Larry Bevlo-Latte and Uncle Kofi Totobi Kwache. This meeting is for us to be briefed by the security agencies. So we want to reserve all our comments until we hear from the security agencies, except to say that we expect professionalism so that the peace.
Democratic Party. My name is Betty Akufo-Amoapeng, and I'm here with Peace Ai, who is my vice president, and the other person is Charles Opoku, who should be coming in soon. I think we would be very happy to listen to what you people have from the police, and we will make our comments later on. Thank you very much. Democratic Party. My name is Betty Akufo-Amoapeng, and I'm here with Peace Ai, who is my vice president, and the other person is Charles Opoku, who should be coming in soon. I think we would be very happy to listen to what you people have.
So these were some of the political parties who have been speaking at the headquarters still on election. But the Director General of Operations, Mr. Mohammed Fuseni Suraji, has also been speaking. Let's listen to him.
Good morning to all of you. On behalf of the National Election Security Task Force here in gathered, I wish to welcome all of you to this morning's meeting. And the purpose of this stakeholder meeting are: 1, to give you a briefing on our security arrangements, which has been done so far pertaining to the December general elections. Secondly, is to also assure you of our collective commitment to remain neutral, but firm and resolute, and to also operate within the rule of law. Last but not the least, is also to listen to you if you have any outstanding security issues that we'd like to share with us so that we'll be able to factor them into our security plans. Lastly, I want to assure you that indeed, security is a collective and shared responsibility. We all have a role to ensure that we usher in a peaceful election. I wish to welcome all of you, and I look forward to a very instructive and successful discussions. I thank you for coming.
And as we advocate here on ABC, we say vote and not violence. Well, let's see how this election goes. But that's all for the election. When we're back, we have some more stories coming up shortly. Do stay.
Thank you, boss. See you next week. Yo, where do my passport? Where is my passport? Yo, man, I want to Waba.
Who is Maba?
And then give
me my passport. You made me pay for express for 24 hours, and yet it's not in.
You told me that you are telling me this. What's going on? Hello.
This man here has taken my money. That within 24 hours, he'll do my passport for me.
Oh, see, that's the same thing applies to me. He told me last night. He's telling me this week. Process. That's what they do. Yeah. Oh, madam. Please relax. I'll get for you in 24 hours.
Hey, Goroma. So you never change? Eh? You get passport for someone within 24 hours, Madam Obwa. See, the normal working hours is 9 to 5. Eh? Not 24 hours, I'm fat. You guys have made a very big mistake by trusting these people. Now, through digitalization, passport application has been made so easy. Now, you don't need to stress yourself and join any long queue for your passport. All you have to do is to log on to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website and begin your application.
Sir!
By buying a passport application voucher online. Simple and easy. And very soon, all you need to get your passport will be your Ghana card.
What is it true?
Obisa. It is possible.
You yourself, I didn't know this. I feel obisa.
Come on. Come on.
You're welcome back. Let's do some business news now. And in business, the Bank of Ghana has commenced its regular monetary policy meetings running from Wednesday, November 20 to Friday, November 22, 2024 to assess the state of the economy. The 121st meeting will focus on evaluating current inflation levels and overall economic conditions. It is the previous meeting. The Bank of Ghana reduced the monetary policy